This race, 2020 King of the Hammers.
Absolute carnage start to finish.
The roughest single day off-road race of my life.
Beat you to death.
This is the heavyweight world title when it comes to rock racing. You gotta come out swinging. This King of the Hammers race will test man and vehicle to the max.
It's time for us to show what we're made of.
Nothing held back.
Everybody wants to be the king.
I don't want to disappoint anyone.
I don't know how you'd be more prepared.
It's legendary status to win the King of the Hammers. That's a whole lot of pressure.
We'll see what happens.
Right now we're loading the trailers. Manny's got everything set out.
So last year was a learning curve for all of us, man, as a team, as racers, and as big guys.
Yeah, you know, we struggle with the front differential problems.
There's so much that goes into getting ready for these races.
I'm telling you right now, if the race car is still running after the race, it's going up Chocolate Thunder the last night.
When we hit the section of outer limits last year, Dustin was just literally out of the car, running beside, picking lines and pulling the winch line.
I just remember being out of breath. It's a very physically demanding race. I was like, man, if we race this race again, I've got to go on a diet. Flash forward 1 year, I'm 40 pounds lighter.
He's down 40 pounds from last year, like he is preparing himself for the most difficult race that we're gonna face this year.
King of Hammers will put it to you if you're not in shape.
That's part of what it takes to be at the top. To win King of Hammers, I think, is everybody's dream that races it for sure.
On scale of 1 to 10, numbers being no relevance at all, what are the odds of White Claw being out of back door this time?
Oh, 100%. No other race that I know of where you literally get labeled the king.
Ask me honestly, I'm pretty freaking nervous about this race.
It's been a lot of work getting there and getting ready for it, but I'm looking forward to it, man.
Car is testing. We're rolling out tomorrow.
Since this race has so much notoriety, it attracts all the fastest racers. Both Miller brothers are going to be at KOH, super fast, talented drivers.
Hunter Miller, real quiet, soft-spoken, but great racer. Cody Miller, maybe not as willing to tear up a rental as I am, but he's definitely willing to tear a race car up to win a race. There's no doubt about that.
And they've got a couple S3 built cars. They'll do well. Plan for today is get the #1 qualifying position.
Just as crucial a part of the race as the race.
It can dictate how the whole previous year of work and blood and sweat and tears has gone.
I'd like to see us do well, not for me, but for these guys that spend hundreds of hours that you don't see behind the scenes.
Done everything we could, and the pressure's kind of on me to do good.
It's one lap, and you get one shot at it.
So last year we struggled in qualifying.
Front diffs. DJ was able to break one in qualifying 10 or 15 seconds into the race.
This year we changed some things up.
Smaller tire. Be a little faster, be a little lighter.
We weren't gonna go out there taking big chances and potentially tearing the car up just to try to qualify fastest.
So qualifying's all done.
They had ran with no issues on timing all day.
Not sure how we did. We're gonna ease up here and try to see how we qualified today.
Well, apparently our results never came up.
I think DJ was running around like a crazy man
They won't post my time.
trying to figure out what our official qualifying time was.
Did you by any chance see where we finished? Like,
I get a little frantic trying to figure out where we finished.
I don't really know how.
John Crowley has been in the industry for a long time. He gives a lot of coverage to all of the UTVs, man.
The whole Wi-Fi crashed.
Yeah, he's always involved. He's always out there. And usually that dude's got the inside information on anything when it comes to UTVs.
They haven't updated it yet. You'll get it. You did good.
That's why I asked you.
All right. Ouch. That could have hurt, dude.
When the dust settled, we were 7th place. We were excited.
I'm nervous, but it's race day.
It's freezing out here.
Done everything we can do, so.
The goal was to have a clean run, no flats, no parts failures, and for me to not get out of the car.
Can you cut the bumpers on? Yep.
About to start the 2020 Can-Am King of the Hammers.
I prayed that I knew what to do and when to do it.
You ready to do this, bad boy? Let's do it, D.
It's kind of a desert race for the first lap.
You know, this medium left sweeper right here. Yep. It's going to be a small straightaway.
We were driving smart, driving hard, picking people off.
Got a little small dog leg coming up.
We had passed several cars. We were in, I think, physically 4th.
So we come into Cougar Buttes, which is a really strange kind of rolling sandpaper rock.
Climbing on top of these big rocks made a lot of blind spots because you're climbing up them, and then when you hit the top, you got to climb down them. One bad line choice can end the entire race for you.
And unbeknownst to
I
us,
think we're hung up on a rock. Oh, crap. Oh, God.
a 10-foot ravine. Car on its side, cage against the rocks.
Crap.
It's still early in the race. We got to get out of here.
You want to get out and try to push it? Yep. Got to figure out something.
Grab the winch line and we hook it to a big rock.
Ready?
It seemed like an eternity to get us out of that crevice. You know, he's throttling it, fighting the steering wheel.
And there goes third place.
The seconds just turned into minutes.
It finally came out. How do we get it off its side? Like, nobody's allowed to come help us. We're not close to the pits.
You always hear those stories where adrenaline gives you abnormal strength.
I never thought him and I would be able to flip it over by ourselves, but we did.
And with a little bit of leverage and a little adrenaline, man, the human body can move mountains.
Dustin Jones back on the leaders, 6 miles, something like that.
So we get going again, and the hit blew out both right side tires. We've only got one spare on board, so.
Is that our leader, John?
Yeah, that's Hunter Miller just starting spooners.
We make it to the first real big infamous obstacle, and it's Chocolate Thunder. But we're going up it with a rear right flat.
I literally was going to hold the car on the ground until it blew up or made it through the obstacles.
We're still watching guys trying to work their way through Chocolate Thunder. Racers still out there trying to do their best. They just want to get to the end of this race.
Finally, I heard the infamous snap.
We're out.
We end up breaking the front drive shaft.
God dog it.
No four-wheel drive, rear right flat.
Our day was done right there.
That's a race for us.
That's where our race ended, but for D and I, that's not where our King of the Hammers ended.
Instead of being sore losers, we used that as an opportunity to help other racers that were still in the race.
We immediately just started pulling winch lines, stacking rocks. It didn't matter who pulled through there, what manufacturer, what race team, what position they were in. Me and D were out there helping everybody.
Whoa, look out. That line was not the right line to go.
For some reason, our car was a side-by-side magnet that weekend, and people just wanted to park on top of us.
He's completely turtled on top of our car.
That's the last thing you want is a car on top of another car.
Well, there's really only one way to get a car off of yours when you're tangled up like two hung-up dogs, and that's put it in R and put it on the floorboard, which is exactly what I did. Tire hooked his cage, tore a hole out of his roof. That's about the time that I put a for sale sign on our race car and said, come get it. This one's lightly used, all highway miles, virtually never been in the dirt. It's ready to be picked up, and I would have sold it right there as is and walked away.
So here we go, guys. This is it. We're watching the UTV,
Wow.
our first finisher coming in across the line.
And the amazing thing is, this is Hunter Miller's first King of the Hammers ever.
First KOH, first Can-Am.
Rough day for us, but it's a celebration for Can-Am. It went from a Can-Am never winning the King of the Hammers to literally a podium sweep. There's no doubt that it's a task to go out and win King of the Hammers. While it doesn't surprise me that Hunter did well, it sure makes me proud for him to go out at his first try and win the King of the Hammers, and even more proud that he was racing the chassis that we built.
Here we go, guys. Come on, give it up.
S3 Power Sports, those guys are all out here, and they built us some solid cars. There's no doubt about that.
It really says something for S3 that A, we build a car that holds up to what I put them through, and B, we built a chassis that won King of the Hammers this year.
Nah, bro, you lean past your co-driver wheel. I did. That's exactly it.
It's kind of one of those things now that Hunter won the race. I mean, let's be realistic about it.
All you gotta do is let me hook it to your bumper.
Hunter and Cody, I wanted them to do really well. I actually shared my course notes with them, so Hunter at least needs to send me the hammer for at least one day.
Bro, I was like, he was in a ditch.
A ravine, cuz. Could he have done it without the car that we built? I say no.
I know he's going. He's from Louisiana. Maybe he thought there was water down in there.
So, in a roundabout way, I won King of the Hammers. If you really get down to it.